Welcome back to part 4, refraction by plane mirrors. When a ray of light meets a plane mirror, it's referred to as refraction. An ordinary mirror is made by depositing a thin layer of metal, often silver paint, at the back of the glass, which act as a reflecting surface. This plane mirror is the one we use in most our real life situation. Therefore, if this array of incident comes and strike a plane mirror, is going to be reflected. The angle of reflection is equal to the angle of incident. The normal is a ray that strikes a mirror at 90 degrees. Number one, the ray from the source is called the incident. We have explained that one. Therefore, we move to the laws of refraction. The laws of refraction, they were grouped in classics. Therefore, first law of refraction, we have the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of refraction. The incident ray, normal ray, and the reflected ray at the point of incident all rise on the same plane. As we see in this diagram, the normal ray, incident ray, and reflected ray all they lie at the same point. The angle of incident is equal to the angle of refraction. These are our two laws of refraction at the plane mirror. Types of refraction. We have types of refraction. We have around two types of refraction. Number one, we have regular or specular refraction. Regular refraction, it occurs when parallel incidents rays are reflected parallel to each other when reflecting surface is smooth. Therefore, it comes and falls and being reflected. Therefore, if we were to use the laws of refraction, the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of refraction. Next types of refraction is irregular or diffuse refraction. Parallel incident rays are reflected in different directions. For this instance, the reason is the surface is not smooth. The surface is not smooth. The image formation by a plane mirror. How does the image formed in a plane mirror? That's our main concern. The image of an object seen in a plane mirror is formed by rays of light traveling in a straight line, which are reflected according to the law of refraction. Remember the law of refraction? The angle of incidence is equal to the angle of refraction. Another one is that the normal ray is incident ray and the reflected ray, they lie on the same plane. Therefore, if this is my object at this point, the rays are going to be reflected through this one, strikes on our mirror. Therefore, is going to be assumed, going to be reflected as if it's moving from behind of the mirror and comes to our eyes. That's why we see when we are using a mirror is that we see that the image is behind of the mirror due to refraction. What are some of the characteristics of image formed by a plane mirror? One of the characteristics is the image is erect. The other, in simple terms, the image is upright. But the second characteristic is that as far the image is formed behind the mirror, as the object is in front of the mirror. Number 3 is that the image is visual. What do we mean about the image is visual? Image is said to be visual because it has been formed by imaginary rays. If an image is formed by imaginary rays, we say that the image is visual. which cannot be received on the screen. In simple terms, it's not formed on the screen, it's formed behind the screen, which is formed by intersecting of the visual lanes. The other characteristic of the image formed by a plane mirror, the image is laterally inverted. That means left appears on the right and right appears on the left, vice versa. The they have the same size. The image size is equal to the object size. Those are some of the characteristics of image formed by a plane mirror. Therefore, what are some of the image formation in parallel in mirrors? When you place two mirrors parallel to one another and you place the object beneath, therefore the image that they are going to be formed when the object is between the two mirrors which are parallel, the image going to be formed are infinity. There are many we cannot count because there are many. This is the technology they use in some of the shops in order to make it to look to be larger as usual. Each image seen in one mirror acts as a visual object which is in turn to form in the other mirror. Therefore, how can we calculate the image formed when a mirror is inclined to another? The number of image is given as 360 divided by the angle inclination angle minus 1.